The year is 1940. The relentless drone of German bombers over London sends thousands fleeing, scattering them across the relative safety of the English countryside. Among them is Christine, a young woman whose world has shrunk to the size of a bomb shelter. She arrives in Shropshire, a land of rolling green hills and quiet meadows, a world away from the smoke and sirens of the city. It's here, in a sun-drenched field teeming with wildflowers, that she first sees him. Sam, a local farm boy, his hands stained with the earth, his eyes holding a quiet strength that seems to defy the chaos tearing the world apart. In that first moment, time seems to slow. The distant thunder of war fades, replaced by the gentle hum of bees and the rustle of leaves in the breeze. There are no grand declarations, no dramatic introductions. Just a shared glance, a hesitant smile, a silent acknowledgement that even as the world burns, pockets of peace, of simple human connection, can still exist. For Christine, who had forgotten what silence sounded like, this chance meeting in a meadow feels like a lifeline, a whisper of hope in a time of despair. For Sam, she is a glimpse of a world beyond his fields, a world he is preparing to fight for. Little do they know, this quiet moment is the beginning of a love story that will be tested by the very war that brought them together. Their romance unfolds like the slow bloom of a spring flower, nurtured in stolen moments away from prying eyes and the ever-present shadow of war. They walk for hours through ancient woodlands, their conversations a gentle stream of dreams and fears. Sam shares stories of the land, of the seasons, of a life lived in rhythm with the earth. Christine speaks of London, of art galleries and bustling streets, a life that now feels like a distant memory. With every shared secret, every lingering touch of their hands, the bond between them deepens. The serene Shropshire landscape becomes their sanctuary, a private world where the war is just a murmur on the horizon. These were idyllic days, filled with the simple joy of discovery. They'd lie in the long grass, watching clouds drift across the endless sky, imagining a future where peace wasn't a luxury. He'd teach her the names of the birds, and she'd read him poetry from a worn-out book she'd managed to save. In each other, they found a reprieve from the anxiety that gripped the nation. Their love was a quiet rebellion, an insistence on finding beauty and tenderness amidst the ugliness of conflict. But they both knew this fragile peace couldn't last. The world outside their bubble was demanding its due, and the horizon was growing darker with each passing day. The atmosphere begins to shift, subtly at first, then with an undeniable urgency. The news from the front grows more grim. More and more young men from the village receive their call-up papers. Their faces a mixture of youthful bravado and thinly veiled terror. Sam's name is among them. Suddenly, the war is no longer a distant rumble. It is a tangible presence, a thief waiting at their door. Their walks become more somber, their conversations laced with unspoken anxieties. The future they had so carefully sketched in the clouds now seems impossibly far away. The uniform changes him. It sharpens the soft lines of his face, replaces the gentle farmer with the stark reality of a soldier. Christine looks at him and sees both the boy she fell in love with in a sun-drenched meadow and the man who is being sent into the heart of the storm. Every moment together becomes precious, infused with the bitter knowledge that it could be their last. The laughter feels a little more desperate, the silences a little heavier. The reality of his impending deployment hangs over them like a shroud, casting a long, cold shadow over the warmth of their love. Their serene sanctuary has been breached, and the world is closing in. The day of his departure arrives cloaked in a thick, cold fog. The train station is a chaotic scene of tearful goodbyes and forced smiles. Steam from the engine mingles with the mist, blurring the faces of the soldiers leaning out of the windows, their youthful features already hardened by the weight of what's to come. Christine stands on the platform, her hand clasped tightly in Sam's. Words feel useless, inadequate to convey the depth of their sorrow and fear. All they have are their eyes, trying to memorize every detail of each other's faces to burn the image into their minds. He presses a small, hastily written note into her palm. The whistle blows, a shrill, heart-stopping sound that signals the end. A final, desperate kiss, tasting of salt and smoke. He climbs aboard the train, and for a moment, he is just another face in a sea of identical uniforms. Then the train lurches forward, slowly at first, then gaining speed, pulling him away from her, away from their meadow, and into the brutal uncertainty of the front lines. Christine stands frozen on the platform, watching until the last carriage disappears into the fog, leaving her utterly alone with the echo of the whistle and the crushing weight of silence. The separation is a physical blow, a tearing apart of two souls that had only just found each other. What follows is a cruel symphony of separate struggles, a montage of two lives lived in parallel yet worlds apart. For Sam, life becomes a visceral nightmare of noise, mud, and fear. The trenches are a hellish landscape of constant shelling and the ever-present spectre of death. The vibrant green of the Shropshire fields is replaced by a monochrome world of brown and grey. His memories of Christine, of their peaceful walks and quiet conversations, become his only anchor in a sea of madness. He clings to the image of her face, a beacon of light in the suffocating darkness of the war. He writes to her in frantic, mud-stained letters during rare moments of quiet, pouring his heart out, trying to bridge the immense distance between his reality and hers. Meanwhile, Christine's battle is one of quiet endurance. The village, once her sanctuary, now feels like a cage. Every day is a torturous wait for the postman, her heart leaping with a mix of hope and dread at the sight of a letter. His words, filled with censored details and desperate affection, are her only connection to him. She reads them over and over until the paper is soft and the ink is faded, trying to decipher the unspoken horrors between the lines. She throws herself into war work, tending to the land, knitting for the soldiers. Anything to keep her hands and mind busy, to fight off the gnawing anxiety. Her life is a quiet agony of waiting, of scanning casualty lists with trembling hands, of praying to a sky that seems to offer no answers. Their individual struggles, though vastly different, are bound by the same thread of longing and hope. Years crawl by. The seasons turn in Shropshire, the fields blooming and fading, a constant, painful reminder of the time they are losing. The war rages on, changing the face of the world and everyone in it. Correspondence becomes sporadic, letters lost in transit or delayed for months, creating terrifying gaps of silence where fear and doubt rush in to fill the void. Each letter that does arrive is a miracle, a confirmation that he is still alive, that their connection, stretched thin across a war-torn continent, has not yet snapped. Christine grows older, the youthful glow in her eyes replaced by a quiet, resilient strength forged in worry and waiting. Sam's letters, when they come, are different. The boyish charm is gone, replaced by the weary voice of a man who has seen too much. Yet, through the exhaustion and the trauma, the core of his love for her remains. He writes of the meadow, of the sun on her face, of a future he still dares to dream about. These letters are not just ink on paper. They are testaments to the enduring power of their bond, a fragile lifeline of hope that sustains them both through the darkest of times. The war eventually ends, but it leaves an indelible scar on the world and on their souls. The fighting stops, but the silence that follows is heavy with loss. We don't see their reunion, We don't know if Sam makes it back, or if he does, what pieces of him were left behind in the mud of the trenches. The video ends here, on this poignant, uncertain note. We are left with the image of Christine, a little older, a little sadder, holding a stack of his letters. The final shot is of the sun-drenched meadow where they first met, a place untouched by time, forever holding the echo of their brief, beautiful moment of peace. The story doesn't offer a simple, happy ending. Instead, it leaves us with a powerful truth. While the chaos of war changed everything, shattering lives and futures, the connection they forged in that quiet meadow remains. It is an unbreakable, enduring reprieve, a testament to a love that, for a short time, managed to bloom in the shadows of war. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that move the heart.